sweethearts! Thank you for joining me, Angel, on another episode of The Sweet Show. Pears are one of my favorite fruits, and it also happens to be in season. And chocolate is in season 365 days a year in my book. Today we are going to bring those two together to make a chocolate pear bundt cake. It's a charming little treat that's sure to make your tummy very happy. And it has fruit, so it should be good for you, right? Anyways, let's begin. The ingredients that we're going to need for our chocolate pear cake are a 1/4 cup of butter, 4 ounces of dark chocolate that you're just going to roughly chop and put in a large bowl, 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of milk, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate, and 3 ripe pears that you're going to peel and cut into large chunks. Remember to take the core out so you can get rid of the seeds. To frost your cake, we're going to need another 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate and 6 ounces of heavy cream. Some tools that are going to help us achieve our cake goals for today are a bundt pan, and we're just going to spray the surface with a non-stick baking spray. We're also going to need a small saucepan, a cooling rack, a baking tray lined with parchment paper, and our hand mixer. First, let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Next, we're going to put our flour, cocoa powder, salt, and baking soda in a bowl and just give it a nice whisk for about 30 seconds. Let's just set your flour mixture to the side for now. In the meantime, let's put your butter and chocolate together, and we're going to melt these in the microwave for 20 seconds at a time until it's completely melted and stirred together. Now we're going to add in our sugar, and with your hand mixer, we're going to mix it on medium to high speed until you notice the color getting lighter, about 2 to 3 minutes. After mixing it for 3 minutes, our chocolate and sugar mixture is going to look like this. Next, we're just going to add your vanilla and eggs, and we're going to continue mixing at the same speed until everything is completely blended in together. Alright, I mixed that for about a minute just until I didn't see any more traces of eggs, and just until it looks like one even mixture. Now we're going to take the flour mixture that we had set aside earlier. Let's add it a half at a time and adding the milk in between. Don't forget to scrape the sides of the bowl. I mixed this for about 2 minutes just until everything is very well combined, and I just scrape the sides one last time, and all it needs is one final step. Finally, take your pears and 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate, and we're just going to fold them in the batter nicely. Our batter is looking beautiful and is almost ready for the oven. So now let's take our sprayed bundt pan and we're just going to pour our batter in. And then smooth out the top with a little metal spatula so it looks nice and even. Now that we've transferred our batter to our pan, let's pop this in the oven for 45 minutes. Alright sweethearts, our toothpick came out pretty clean, our cake springs back up, and that tells me that it's done and it smells amazing. We're just going to let it sit here for 1 hour until the cake cools down completely before we take it out of the pan. Alright guys, our cake has cooled down, but before we pop it out of the pan, let's go ahead and take a little metal spatula and just run it along the sides of the pan for an easier release. Now let's get your tray and your cooling rack ready, and we're going to release the cake on top of it. Just support it with your hand and quickly release the pan. Beautiful. Just let that cool some more while we make our chocolate ganache frosting. To make our chocolate ganache, we're going to put our 6 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate in a bowl and our heavy cream in a saucepan. We're going to heat the cream to a boil and we're going to pour it over the chocolate. Now we're just going to give it a whisk until the chocolate melts and it looks nice and smooth and evenly combined. We're just going to keep whisking it for about 2 more minutes until it gets a little cooler and just a little thicker. Finally, we're just going to pour our ganache on top of our cake to give it a nice, beautiful chocolatey glow. Beautiful. Now, how about some sprinkles to add a little color? And here's our chocolate pear bundt cake. I went ahead and transferred it to our cute plate, and it's gorgeous on the outside and fruity and chocolatey on the inside. I hope you guys had fun joining me today in making this delicious cake. If you have any suggestions on anything that you want to see, or if you just want to say hello, drop me a comment under the video. And don't forget to subscribe for new episodes every Monday. Bye, sweethearts. I'll see you next week.